A young woman, barely in her 20s, is forced into a marriage arranged by her family. The man she is married to is older, stern, and emotionally distant, a man she barely knows. Her heart, however, belongs to another. She had secretly been in a relationship with someone else, a boy she had loved for years, and they had dreamed of building a life together. On the day of her wedding, she feels nothing but resentment and sadness. Her heart aches for the life she would have had if her family hadn't intervened. In her mind, she clings to the promise she made to her boyfriend, that she would find a way to escape this marriage and return to him. In the early days of her marriage, she keeps her distance from her husband. She avoids his gaze, speaks to him only when necessary, and builds invisible walls around herself. Her husband, though aware of her coldness, does not force himself into her space. He remains kind but reserved, giving her room to adjust. Despite her resentment, she begins to notice small gestures of care from him. He ensures she has everything she needs, defends her when his family criticizes her, and even surprises her with little acts of thoughtfulness, a favorite dish, a new shawl for the cold evenings. These gestures leave her conflicted, as she starts to see a softer side to the man she thought she could never love. The growing conflict as the weeks turn into months, she finds herself drawn to her husband in unexpected ways. He is patient, gentle, and protective, qualities she never expected from him. His quiet strength and kindness begin to chip away at the walls she built around her heart. But with every moment of connection, she feels a deep sense of guilt. How could she betray the man she had promised to return to? How could she allow herself to feel something for the man she had sworn to hate? She hides her growing feelings, keeping them buried deep inside. She avoids her husband's affectionate gestures, fearing they will betray the love that is slowly taking root in her heart. The lovers return one day. Her boyfriend reaches out to her in secret. He reminds her of their plan to run away together and urges her to act soon. Torn between her past and her present, she feels the weight of her decision crushing her. She knows that if she leaves, she will break the heart of the man who has shown her nothing but care. But if she stays, she will lose the man she had once dreamed of building a future with. Her husband, unaware of her internal struggle, continues to treat her with kindness. He notices the sadness in her eyes and asks if she's happy, but she cannot bring herself to tell him the truth. The moment of truth as the day of her planned escape approaches, she is consumed by doubt. On the night before she is supposed to leave, her husband does something that changes everything. He opens up to her, sharing a vulnerable moment from his past. He tells her how much he values her presence in his life and how he hopes she can one day find happiness with him. In that moment, she realizes that she has already fallen in love with him. She sees him not as the man she was forced to marry, but as the man who has quietly and patiently won her heart. The next morning, she writes a letter to her boyfriend, explaining her decision to stay. She apologizes for breaking her promise but confesses that her heart no longer belongs to him. She asks for his forgiveness, knowing that she is choosing a different path for herself. When her husband finds her sitting quietly with tears in her eyes, she finally speaks the words she has been holding back. She tells him that she has fallen in love with him. His surprise turns to relief and joy as he pulls her into an embrace, promising her that they will build a life together filled with love and trust. Love can grow in the most unexpected places, and sometimes, the heart finds its home where it least expects to. True love is not always about where we start, but where we choose to stay.